How do I want it to be perceived? And what are the things that are the stakes in the ground? What are the things we won't change? For me, it's very important, as you mentioned, the quality control checks. You know, we could very easily just get the parts and just send everything off and get the watch assembled in Switzerland. A lot of people do.
Telling the story of how everything Swiss made is actually made completely in China.
Those two words on your watch dial, Swiss made, don't mean what you think they mean. In fact, they're part of a myth that could be costing you a premium of up to 50% for a watch that is almost entirely made in Asia. By the end of this video, you'll understand the legal loophole that makes this possible, see the documented quality failures from top brands, and know the real certifications to look for if you actually want the best. If you value the truth behind the luxury, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications now. The Swiss Made label is one of the most powerful brands in the world. It's a legally protected promise of quality, a global symbol of excellence. But the law that protects it is designed more to protect a multi-billion-dollar industry than it is to protect you, the buyer. The heart of the myth lies in what's called the 60% rule. To be legally labelled Swiss made, a watch must have at least 60% of its manufacturing costs generated in Switzerland. The loophole is that this rule is based on cost, not on the physical origin of the parts. Switzerland has exceptionally high labour costs. This means a company can source the vast majority of its physical components, the case, dial, hands and bracelet, from cheap factories in China. Then they ship those parts to Switzerland, where a highly paid watchmaker assembles them. The cost of that Swiss labour alone is often enough to meet the 60% threshold. The result? A watch that is theoretically 90% Asian by its physical parts can be legally stamped Swiss made. This practice is not only legal, it is widespread, especially in the low to mid price segment of the market. The law rewards generating high costs in Switzerland, not necessarily high quality or true Swiss manufacturing. This has always been a marketing game. The Swiss made label wasn't born from a position of dominance. It was created as a defensive strategy. In the late 19th century, American companies like Waltham and Elgin were mass-producing better, more precise watches. The Swiss created the label to fight back with a story of traditional craftsmanship. In the 1970s, when Japanese quartz watches from Seiko nearly destroyed their entire industry, they strengthened the law again to protect the image of the old-fashioned mechanical watch. Every major update to the Swiss-made law has been a reaction to a foreign threat, not a proactive push for higher quality, and that lack of focus on quality shows. Despite the reputation for perfection, the forums are filled with horror stories of brand new Swiss-made watches with shocking defects. We're talking about dust and lint sealed under the crystal, misaligned bezels and hour hands. There was even a documented Rolex Air King that left the factory with 2 9 numerals on the dial instead of a 3 and a 9. The problems go beyond looks. We see reports of watches that just stop running, crowns that strip after minimal use, and so-called water-resistant watches getting moisture under the crystal after just a few hours of wear. The service centres can be even worse. One owner sent his brand new IWC in for repair because it kept stopping. It came back with moisture fogging up the entire crystal, meaning the service centre failed to even test for water resistance. Another owner sent his Longines in to fix a scratch, and it came back with lint on the dial and new scratches on the bezel. Perhaps most shocking, a Tudor Black Bay GMT was sent to an official Rolex service centre in London and was returned to the owner covered in scratches from shocking mishandling in the workshop. Then there are the outright scandals, like when Panerai was caught swapping out a high-spec in-house movement for a basic cheap one without telling customers. The hard truth is that Swiss made is the legal floor for quality, not the ceiling. If you want a real guarantee of excellence, you need to look for higher independent certifications. COSC, or the Contrôle Officiel Suisse de Chronomètre, is a good start. It's an independent body that tests uncased movements for precision, ensuring they run between -4 and +6 seconds per day. Brands like Rolex and Breitling certify their entire production this way. The Geneva seal is even stricter. It guarantees the watch was assembled and regulated in the Canton of Geneva, and more importantly that the movement is finished to an exceptionally high aesthetic standard. But the new gold standard is MATTERS, the Master Chronometer certification developed by Omega. It goes far beyond COSC by testing the entire cased watch. The watch must first be COSC certified, and then it's subjected to 8 tests, including verifying its function while exposed to a massive magnetic field of 15,000 Gauss. The accuracy standard is also tighter, requiring a daily deviation between 0 and +5 seconds. And it's crucial to remember that horological excellence is not a Swiss monopoly. In Germany, the town of Glashütte has a stricter law than Switzerland. To use the Glashütte name, a watchmaker must create at least 50% of the movement's value in the town itself. And Japanese brands, built on a philosophy of industrial perfection, often deliver a higher level of quality control than their Swiss counterparts who are just barely meeting the minimum legal standard. So let's be clear, the Swiss-made label is a brilliant piece of marketing, but it is not an absolute guarantee of quality. The 60% rule is a cost-based loophole that allows for mostly foreign-made watches to carry a premium Swiss label, and the documented quality control failures from even the biggest brands prove that the promise of perfection is often broken. True quality is certified by higher standards like meters, or is proven by the transparent manufacturing of brands in Germany and Japan. So here's the question: would you rather have a watch that is legally Swiss-made by barely meeting the cost requirement, or a made-in-Japan watch with a reputation for flawless quality control? Let me know your choice in the comments.